It's that time of the week. Matt Ryan gives out his coveted quarterback of the week. Who we got for week 11, Matt?
Well, listen, I mean, we could have gone Jared Goff again. That was an unbelievable performance.
Perfect.
But I got to give it to Josh Allen. And my reason being is I feel like he put that team on his back yesterday and didn't do it in a way where it was reckless or anything like that. But at critical moments when they needed it, I mean, he stepped up. And to win that game the way that they did with all of the hype coming into it, to deliver a performance he did without Dalton Kincaid, without Keon Coleman. You know, he's doing it with guys like Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel had a great game for them yesterday. Dawson Knox had some big catches. I love that performance, the run at the end, the competitiveness. And then I like the response kind of afterwards too. What does it mean? It just puts us at 9. I loved the performance from him yesterday. So the whole package for me, you know, it's not necessarily the numbers this week, but the whole package of that win, Josh Allen gets it for me.
Yeah, the Chiefs got beat by the Bills, but more importantly, Josh Allen outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the biggest game of the season in front of his home crowd, instilling belief and confidence in that team. And everybody around the country is on notice now. This Bills team, they're the real deal. And you know what Josh Allen reminds me of? When I was in like middle school or junior high, there was a guy by the name of Danny Almonte who played in the Little League World Series. He was 16 years old playing against 12-year-olds. That's what this guy Josh Allen looks like when he runs the football. It makes me stand up off my friggin' couch, Matt Ryan, and I am a Chiefs fan, but I stand up off my couch and I beat my chest like a maniac when Josh Allen runs the football. He took over the football game. I love that pick, Matt.
Yeah,
I was not ready for the Danny Almonte reference. That dude was dealing in the Little League World Series, man, just mowing batters.
That's Josh, bro. That's Josh. Somebody check that kid's ID.
He's like throwing 85 out there. It did feel like that. I mean, it felt like he was, anytime he dropped back, it felt like it was on him, because it kind of was. You were without Keon Coleman. You were without Dalton Kincaid. It did feel like it was just Mahomes versus Allen for a good portion of that game. Who was going to make the play? And Allen consistently did. 30 points was the most anyone scored against the Chiefs all season long, and he did it again with
2022.
Two of his top weapons. It's really hard to go elsewhere because, yeah, there were better performances, but they came against the Jags defense. They came against some lesser defenses. It wasn't against the world champion defenses, and it wasn't on the stage that Josh Allen did it. Really hard to argue with what he put up in that game.
And the thing I loved was none of it was forced, right? Like it wasn't, you know, trying too hard to make something happen. It was just kind of taking what they did and making plays with it. And I love that from him. And I really think that's been him all year, right? This idea of kind of taking what the defense gives and making plays when you need to in order to win ball games. Outside of that Houston game, he's really been phenomenal all year.
And, you know, at the running game, they didn't get started. They weren't really effective. I think it was 2.7 a carry or less for this Bills team. But the offensive line, in my opinion, was the story of the game. They were banged up. Dawkins went down at one point in the game, came back in for the 4th and 2. But they were protecting at an elite level. And that allowed Josh Allen, to your point, let the game come to you. He's not forcing these runs. He's like, oh, look what I can do. I'm going to do it. Next thing you know, 15 yards, first down Bills.
Yeah, Allen had more rushing yards in that game than the entire Bills' backfield combined. So it really was him either through the air or on the ground.
He had one bad play. The 4th down was you know, kind of miscommunication on shallow cross where he sat down. He was expecting him to kind of keep going, whatever. He had one poor play. Outside of that, played the world champs, like you said, one of the best defenses in the league, and took him on by himself, which was awesome.
We're going to go from Josh Allen to a young quarterback who has some shades of Josh Allen to his game, and it's Drake Maye. Another loss in the win-loss column there for the Patriots, but another game where you watch him and you're like, man, you can't help but be enticed about what this guy could be when he gets an offensive line in front of him, when he gets a receiving core. What have you seen from the rookie quarterback, and is he the real deal going forward?
Yeah, I think he is. You know, and listen, there's levels to it, right? There's levels. I'm not saying he's going to be Josh Allen, like we said, or he's going to be Patrick Mahomes. But I think this guy's going to be a long-term, very good starter in New England, and he looks like that. He's doing it, you know, with what I think is not the best pieces around him, right? We all kind of came into this saying, of all of the situations, we felt like New England was maybe the hardest for a rookie quarterback to come into, given the talent level on that roster. But he doesn't make like glaring rookie mistakes, right? He'll make some mistakes, but they're not like outliers. And I think that's one of the things that when I watch him, I think is really impressive. I love his athleticism, the ability to move, but he's a passer first, right? And that's one of the things I think that's hard to coach into somebody. It's either natural or not when you take off to kind of keep your eyes downfield. He's very natural in that way. He's more accurate than I thought. I mean, honestly, I think in the intermediate passing game, he's been very accurate, very good. He looks calm, poised, competitive. There was a clip of him too. It's like a crazy small thing, but there was a clip of him, and I can't remember who the teammate was, but he was checking on his teammate during the game, like, you good? Like checking it. He just looks poised. And I think, you can throw kind of the wins and losses out. I think this is what we expected New England to be coming into this year. But I think for long-term future and a forecast for this organization, I think they've done a really good job with them. I think they deserve a lot of credit.
I think the moment's not too big for him. I really like him as well, Matt. And obviously, from a physical standpoint, he has a lot of gifts. But I think his mindset, his mentality has been set up and bolstered by the fact that when he was at UNC, he was under constant pressure there as well in college. And he didn't have the Alabama cast of receivers. He didn't have a tight end that went to UGA. He was out there making plays and surviving in the pocket. And I feel like we're just seeing an elevated version of that in the National Football League for Drake Maye. So good news for New England fans moving forward at the quarterback position.
Colin, put you on the spot right now. Drake Maye or Caleb Williams going forward?
Caleb Williams. Situation?
He's got a better situation, or
why you got to do this to me?
I just had to do it.
Mike's trying to, stir the pot up a little bit on Monday. It's been a rough morning here. Mike's a Packers fan. I'm obviously a former Bear fan. It's been fun for him to rub this in all day.
Yeah, I mean,
but Caleb looked really good, though.
I agree. I thought he looked very good yesterday. Much better in the last 3 weeks.
Your old teammate Thomas Brown, pretty smart guy, apparently.
TB did a good job. He did a good job. But I go away from that too, Mike, on your side, if you're the Packers, it's a win, right? And you take it. How do you walk away feeling from that game though, right? Like, you're looking at the other group or the other two teams in the NFC North, knowing that you're going to have to play against them if you get there. I don't know, man. I really like this Packers wide receiver group and kind of the different guys that they have, but I expect more production from them.
Yeah, I think I've said today, I thought this was going to be a great team. It's a good team. I thought Jordan Love was going to be a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback. It's just how I feel through 11 weeks now, is that just all these steps forward we kind of anticipated, and we got one from the defense. We didn't get one on the offensive side of the ball, unfortunately. And because of that, I just don't know how they compete with the Lions, and I don't know how they compete with the Eagles right now. Those two would just look like the class of the NFC, unfortunately. But we still beat the Bears. That's all that counts.